topics. These are the two topics we're going to be talking about today. One, the invisible moments that define who you become. Number two, why people sabotage their own potential without realizing it. Now, I guess for now we can do this. For now, we can do it. But these are the topics I talked about in the last stream. Yo, what's good? FSA, what is good? What is good? But yeah, we talked about oh, you're back. What's good? What's good, man? What's good? But yeah, guys, we talked about how to get ahead in life. Can you get admin now? Can you get admin? Okay. If you could come for one more, that is all it takes for you to get admin or mod. Come one more time, I promise. As long as you do everything correct, as long as you're in the chat, as long as you're engaging, if you come one more time, that's all. That's all you need. One more time for mod. I promise. I'm going to make a pinky promise to the screen. All right. That's all it takes. Just come for one more, and then the next slide, I will go ahead and give you mod. Just make sure you're respectful, because I know I had to unmod somebody because they were being very weird and cringe with it. All right, shake on it. All right, look, we're gonna shake on it. All right, so yes, if you show up for one more live, you can get mod. And what's good, Venom X6F? What's good, Venom? What's good? But yeah, the last topics we talked about is how to get ahead in life and why having a vision board is not enough. So we definitely talked about those topics, and I went in depth in those, so you can just go back to my last live if you guys missed it. Okay, God bless. All right, same for you, man. But yeah, like I said, and we're going to get into the first topic right here, right now. We're going to be talking about the invisible moments that define who you become. So why do the invisible moments define who you become? Well, it's because what you do behind the scenes when no one is watching defines your character. It's not about what you do when you are around people. What do you do when you are by yourself? When no one's clapping for you? When no one's giving you the validation that you need to keep going? Because it's either two things. It's either you're going to seek that validation and you can't sit by yourself in silence, or you can actually sit there by yourself in silence and you are willing to grind. You're willing to put in the work behind the scenes. Now, for the people who are quote unquote flashy, or they have the fast cars, they have the houses, the mansions, you don't think they were sitting grinding, maybe crying behind the scenes, maybe sitting there saying, will this work out? Them doubting themselves, saying, maybe they won't make it. However, most people on social media see the end product. They'll see the fast cars. They'll see all the blessings they have now. But you didn't see the time when they thought none of this would have been possible. You didn't see the time that they were sitting there doubting all of this progress that they put in, all of that tenacity that they put in. You don't see that part, which is why the invisible moments define who you become. I'm telling you, you have to do the invisible work. That's the thing. Most people don't want to do the invisible work because it's not flashy. None of it is flashy. It's not supposed to be flashy. It's not supposed to be. All the entrepreneurs, all the CEOs, all the people who start businesses, all of the innovators, they didn't move off of flashiness. The world moves off flashiness. If no one's clapping for you, you don't do it. If people are clapping for you or validating, you are doing it. The people who genuinely build stuff, the people who know, the innovators, the builders, the construction people, as far as building a business, these people know how to have internal confidence and not rely on other people's validation. This is why innovators exist. They don't hop from trend to trend to trend. They don't follow trends. No, they don't do that, because trends come and go. A person stays. A person can stick. Going back to the point about the invisible moments that define who you become. They define who you become because that is who you are truly when no one is watching. When nobody's watching, that is who you are. Because sometimes people can be performing in front of people, but behind the scenes, what do you genuinely do? Are you working, or are you sitting there going, oh man, your friends are outside, fear of missing out? Bro, you ain't missing out on nothing. The same club, the same all that is still gonna be there. Now, I'm not saying that you can't go to the club. I'm not saying that you can't have fun with your friends. However, to sit there and for every single day of your life to sit there and just not and And to not want to grind and you just want to party all day, bro, that is unacceptable. You have to understand we're in a time in 2025 and upcoming 2026 to where it is easier than ever to make money. It is easier than ever. You need to change the trajectory of your bloodline. It is easier than ever to do it. Our parents, our grandparents, our ancestors wish that they had this, but they didn't. So us, as the new generation or the Gen Z, we need to take advantage of this time that we have. Because you may not have a lot of money, but you dang sure have a lot of time. And time is valuable if you make it so. But many people waste it. Follow your dreams, bro. God bless you. God bless you as well, man. True. Yeah, man. True, man. True. Like time is very sacred. You need to make your time sacred. Now, this is the thing, because many people will say, oh, just lock yourself in the room. Just grind hard 24/7. Let me make this clear to y'all. You do not need to grind 24/7. You don't. You don't need to grind 18 hours a day. You don't. It is way better to do 1 hour of work every day than to do scrambled hours for 18 hours of nothing. You don't need to grind 18 hours. I know a lot of these gurus say you do. No, you don't. You need, to be honest, depending on what you're doing, you need a good 1 to 3 hours. You need a good 1 to 3 hours to really get your work done. Unless you genuinely need 18 hours, why are you doing 18 hours? Also, you don't need to wake up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. just to get stuff done. No, you can wake up at 11 a.m. It's fine. I don't even know why these gurus even say that. What's good? Cooking with Car 21. What's good? But yeah, going back to the point of the invisible moments that define who you become, these invisible moments, the time when no one's watching, the time when no one's validating you, the time where it sounds silent, where you are in solitude, those are the moments that define who you become, because those moments are the hardest. But it's those hard moments that, one, define who you are, and two, strengthen you. If you know how to, if you know how to be in solitude, you will be good in life. You just have to know how to be by yourself. You need to learn how to master being by yourself. Most people think if you're by yourself, you're lonely. No, if you have plenty of stuff to do in the crib, it is fine. All right, going to the second point now. Why people sabotage their own potential without realizing. Everyone has the potential to be good. However, bro, I literally hear that so many times. It's like, I don't get excited if someone says, oh, you have the potential to do this. Everyone has the potential. Everybody has the potential to do this, to do that. Most people don't execute it. No, I would rather want someone to say to me, you are executing the potential that I saw in you, instead of saying, you have the potential. You got anything in writing online? What do you mean? Like a book or something? You know, I actually should make a book or a PDF for y'all. Let me know if y'all want a book or a PDF. I'm actually going to make one very soon, actually. I'm going to actually make a PDF, but if you guys want like an online book or a online PDF, and I'll make it for free too. You don't have to pay for anything. I'll make it for free. If y'all want it, let me know. So I'll go ahead and make it for free. Can you make a PDF? Yes, I can. Yeah, I can definitely make a PDF. An essay. I don't have an essay personally, but would y'all want me to make a essay or like a PDF? Just let me know, because I'll make it for free so that you guys can access it. Just give me the topic, and yeah, I can go ahead and make it. But yeah, guys, just going back to why people sabotage their own potential without realizing it. Bro, people sabotage their own potential because they cannot delay gratification long enough to see their potential. A person who makes it to the NBA, a person who makes it to the NFL, bro, I'm telling you, the people who make it, you don't make it to the NBA or the NFL quick. It takes hard work, sacrifice, and you being able to keep on going. Advice on maintaining a relationship? Okay. I mean, I can answer that question right now. This is how you maintain a relationship. Essays? All right, I'll definitely make an essay. This is how you maintain a relationship. First, whatever you were doing before in that relationship is the same thing you should be doing within that relationship. For example, if you were taking care of your skin, if you were going to the gym, if you were eating healthy, those are the same stuff you need to do when you were in the relationship. However, Most men, they'll work out, they'll do all this for the woman, and then as soon as they get the woman, they'll become complacent. And when they're complacent, the woman's like, and then she starts looking for other men. So you want to do the same exact stuff because women love to be on their toes. Women love seeing when their man's doing this, he's doing boxing, he's doing this because he's active. Women love that. Women love a man who is active, who's working on himself. Women love it. They say it to their girlfriends all the time. Oh, their man's doing boxing, their man's doing basketball. Women love that. So you need to be doing the same stuff that you were doing before once you get into the relationship. Second, you need to have boundaries in the relationship. Now, don't have a woman say, oh, you're insecure, you're insecure. You're not insecure. Every single relationship, every single friendship has boundaries. Because if you don't have boundaries, people are going to step all over them. People are going to walk all over you. You don't want people to walk all over you. You need to have boundaries set in place so that she knows what she can and cannot do. Now, don't make them heinous. Don't make them asinine. Don't make them asinine, but you need to have boundaries. Boundaries are very important for any relationship, not even just boyfriend, girlfriend, or marriage, just for anything in general. Like you should know what to say and what not to say. Even school has boundaries. Everything has boundaries. When you sign up for a program, they have boundaries. You can do this, but you can't do this. You do this, but don't do this. Everything has boundaries. That's just how the world is. And it's the same thing for relationships. W advice, appreciate it. 100. Yes, man, bro. Literally free advice. And also as well, because I know these red pill creators say men are superior to women. That is false. Number one, that is completely false. Men aren't superior to women. However, there are certain stuff that men are better at, and there are certain stuff that women are better at. That is fine. So we both operate on whatever fields that we best complement with. However, that does not make men better than women. No, we are equal. We just have different forms of doing different stuff. We're just better at different stuff. So I know a lot of these red pill critics say, oh, men are superior. Men are superior. Bro, none of that is true. It is. Yeah, man. Especially Myron, bro. He be saying that like that. That's not true, man. Actually, guys, if you actually don't know, Myron I was actually watching it before I went on live. Myron's actually back on Uncensored America, and he's going ahead and debating with the students again. So I'll definitely be watching that a little later today, but I'll probably give my insights next live. But yeah, it seems like women aren't good. A lot of things though. Yeah, and see I know a lot of men will say that too. It's like, besides like the sexual part, or besides like that, it's like, I know most men will probably be like, what else can you bring to the table? Because that's the thing. It's like women aren't really expected to be like innovators or builders. Like obviously if they're in that field, that's fine. But men are more expected to go out there to be in the wars and stuff. But yeah, man, it's definitely true. But yeah, going back to the point of why people sabotage their own potential without realizing it, what I was saying is that when people sabotage it, it's because they can't delay gratification long enough to see the results. And like I was saying before, when people make it to the NBA, when people make it to the NFL, they had to put their blood, sweat, and tears in it. You don't just make it. There is a less than 1% chance that you even make it to the NBA draft or the NFL draft. Well, it's harder to make it to the NBA, let alone actually get into the NBA. So most people don't make it to the NBA. So it definitely takes a lot of effort. It takes time, it takes consistency, blood, sweat, and tears. It takes all of it. So if you're not willing to delay gratification, then you're going to sabotage your own potential. If you want to build something big, it is going to take time. It is. It's going to take time. What you need to focus on, instead of trying to make it to the NBA or instead of trying to make all this money, focus on building the foundation first. The foundation needs to be set. If there's no foundation, you can't build. There is no infrastructure without the foundation at the bottom, without the bricks at the bottom. If there is an infrastructure and it is built on soft sand, then the infrastructure is going to collapse in real time because the foundation wasn't there. It wasn't complete. You wanted to skip the foundation and go straight to the infrastructure. However, the infrastructure is not sustainable because you skip the most vital part of a business or of anything of importance and significance in life, which is the foundation. So make sure if you're building something, you have the foundation, because then you can go by brick, by brick, by brick, by brick until you have all the big houses and the infrastructure, and everything will be interconnected and everything will coexist with each other. Why? Because you had a great foundation, meaning you knew how to delay gratification and you took the time to build the infrastructure at the bottom, which is the foundation that you needed. Bro's trying to make Jesus parables. This guy, I wasn't even trying to make Jesus parables. I was just saying, like, you need to have the foundation first. But yeah, that's exactly why people sabotage their own potential without realizing it. Also, wait, what is Jesus parables? I actually don't know. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end live right here. Wait, Venom, do you have anything else to say? Because I want you to say, "Oh, you ignored." Because I might end it and I might not see what you have to say. So hold on, let me wait for them because I'm actually about to end. I know this one was kind of short, but I mean it's 16 minutes. It's fine. But we're gonna end. We're gonna end right here, bro. That's literally why I'm on. I'm literally on live right now. If you have any other questions, Venom, just go ahead and say it. Any other questions? All right, hold up. All right, bet. Anyway, guys, hold on. While he prepares his questions real quick, we're gonna look on Twitter and look what's going on in the real world. How do you get so smart? All right, let me tell you guys how to actually get smart. One, smartness is not defined by the grades that you get. Do not think you are stupid because you have a D. Maybe you learn a different way. That's completely fine. Or maybe school is just boring, which is completely fine because it is. Because I guarantee if you were to do an essay on your favorite TV show, you would ace it because it's something you're interested in. Now, this is how you actually get smart. It's about having experience in life. And not only having experience in life, taking the lesson from the experience instead of complaining. Complaining never solves anything. Complaining doesn't solve the problem. What you need to do is take the lesson from it, and that's how you can have wisdom. So that's how I got smart. That's how you get smart, basically. Do you think Jesus and Mufasa have similarities in masculinity? That's actually a great question. And yes, they actually do. But they actually do have similarities because they teach to have self-control. And the thing is with self-control is that self-control is not a easy component of life. Having self-control takes a lot of mental resilience. If you can sit there in peace after someone cussed you out, that is power. But the world has taught you, oh, you need to say something back and you need to do this. If you have self-control, it is far more better to have self-control. Because if someone can make you mad, then they know exactly what button to press to get you mad every single time. That's the thing. And people don't analyze this stuff. People don't realize this. But yeah, Jesus and Mufasa definitely have similarities with each other. Because they both operate on, okay, be calm, have self-control, understand how the world is while still being moral, understanding that you can't be naive in this world. You have to understand what's going on. They both had boundaries. Yeah, they both had a lot of similarities, man. Both of them. So yeah. All right, let's go to check X or Twitter, formerly Twitter. Satan and Scar also have similarities. Exactly. Same thing. Right? So obviously with Satan, he felt like he could have the big head, which is actually what Scar felt like too. He felt like he just ruled over Mufasa. However, instead of Satan just wanting to be an angel, which like you were in a good position. You're like in like the second best position in heaven. What more can you even ask for? What more could you possibly? Oh no, you want to be the head of everything. Come on, bro. Like, how do you sell your position like that? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's the same thing. Like, well, actually, Scar did sell his position of king. I'm not gonna lie. He low key did sell his position. It's cause, bro, and I'm not gonna lie. If y'all watch the Mufasa the movie that basically has Scar and Mufasa in their childhood, yeah, Scar fumbled, bro. Because it's like, as a masculine man, like Tarabi was sitting there going, nah, like come on, Scar, like you got to be doing something, man. Especially if you want to be king, like that's the stuff you have to do. So I mean, I could see why she more went for Mufasa, but he didn't like grow from it. He decided to turn bitter. And doesn't mean like I could see if he was to have a talk with Mufasa and say, hey, that was messed up to him and stuff, and then they could have like figured out something and got over it. But Scar decided to be bitter. Scar literally decided to be bitter. So, hey, what do you think we can learn from Patrick Star? Interesting question. What can we learn from Patrick Star from SpongeBob? That's actually a very, very good question. I never even thought about that. Because Patrick is always acting dumb. I would say one thing we can learn from Patrick is to be funny in ways, right? I feel like Patrick is a funny character. Like the reason why we remember Patrick is because he's so funny. He's so freaking stupid. He's always saying the most dumbest stuff, but it's funny, and that's why we keep on. That's why we kept on watching SpongeBob. So I would say just to be funny, make sure you have humor, because that's why we keep on going back to watching Patrick is because he has humor. He's funny. So we might not remember the episode, but we definitely remember Patrick. He's always saying dumb stuff, bro. So annoying. Oh my. But yeah, I mean he's a funny character and that makes him stand out. So find something that you are good at, which Patrick, he's good at being stupid. So Patrick Patrick is literally good at being stupid, and that fits him. And it fits him. And that's why he's so relatable and he's so memorable, because he differentiates himself from every single character in SpongeBob. So he might not be the best cook, which he isn't. He might not be the one who makes the most money, but he decided to take over his own stuff, which is the freaking stupidity and the funniness. But it's good to be funny. So yeah, so even that you can learn from Patrick. Be funny. That makes sense. Yup. Even in the darkest times, you can laugh. Exactly. Well, it just depends. Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, it depends. Like if it's kind of dark and it's not that bad, then maybe you could find laughter. But the thing is, if it's too dark and it really feels like you're not going to get out, it'll be at some points where you can laugh. Then at some points where it's like you can't laugh. That's good advice. Yeah, man. You want to know what's crazy? All of these not all of them, but some of these animated movies and TV shows and films, bro, they actually teach a lot. If you take the lesson from it, you got to be like mentally and consciously trying to like seek or look for advice. Like there's actually advice in these shows. I'm telling you, when we go live, we can sit here and watch SpongeBob, and I can go ahead and dissect it with you guys, or dissect whatever TV show. We can go on live and watch The Lion Guard if y'all want to. Whatever. Presidency, it doesn't really matter. We can dissect it all, because there would be some serious things going on, and Patrick would just say something stupid. I know, and that's the thing about freaking Patrick, bro. It's always saying something dumb, but at least it makes you laugh, because laughter is actually a good thing. We should do that. Yeah, man, for sure. How about Prince of Egypt? Prince of Egypt is a good one. We definitely need to watch that on stream as well. We definitely need to watch that movie. And I'm gonna dissect that movie as well with y'all. That one's gonna be good. I actually can't wait to actually like get like all of my stuff, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be great. Prince of Egypt is good too, because Prince of Egypt teaches a lot of valuable lessons in it as well. It's actually so much knowledge in the world. The people are just not seeking for it. They're seeking for like the drama and stuff. Like, we need to seek this stuff. Stuff is interesting. This knowledge is what you need. Prince of Egypt, Daniel in the Lion, David, Goliath, like all of this stuff has pure knowledge in it. Pure game, free game. Also, guys, I think for my Chromebook, I'm planning on getting a not another Chromebook. I'm thinking about getting a webcam for my Chromebook. So I'll definitely just to kind of make the quality a little better. So but right now I'm live on my phone, but I'm talking about for my Chromebook. But yeah, guys. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end live right here, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. You know, Venom, I actually saw your question. The drink. All right, so basically, look, I call this the Ascendant drink. I actually call it the Ascendant drink. Not it's fine. All right, but anyway, basically it's water, but I added some fruit punch to it. It's like a fruit punch enhancer, and I just added it to it. Bro, this instantly look. When I first saw it, I was like, blood. Literally looks like the Prince of Egypt stuff, like the blood. This guy. All right, hold on. All right, guys. I'll answer two more questions. So I'll answer this first one. What's your opinion on Snap? My opinion on Snap is that it is good if you generally don't have money. It is good if you genuinely need food. Not if you want food, if you genuinely need it and you don't have any other income, you can't work or something like that. However, it is bad to depend on it because once you depend on it in times of crisis, you might not have any food. And it's even worse, it's even more detrimental if you have kids. It's even more detrimental because not only do you have to feed yourself, but you have to feed your kids also. And then mind you, there are some people with triplets, quadruplets, 5 kids, 7 kids. I even heard one with 9 kids. Like, I know that is stressful. And the thing is, once, like, if this, I don't know if the government shutdown is still going on. Actually, let me actually look it up. I don't know if it's still going on. I think so, but then, like, it says Americans survived one government shutdown and braced for another. I don't know if it's still going on, but freak. Oh yeah, we're talking about the government shutdown. And I was saying is to be depending on the government shutdown is bad. It is bad because you can't control them, but you can control how much money you make. So you just have to make sure that you're making enough money. But the opportunities that we have in 2025, there are so many ways to make money. Yeah, you remember that Prince of Egypt scene? Yup. Prince of Egypt is actually good. You know, Ramesses didn't want to really. Ramesses did not want to accept that God could do blessings like that, so he had to make some freaking fake powder to make it seem like that's what God did. Oh my gosh! But they find anything. If Moses had a freaking big boulder, they would get a small rock and then have a big balloon ball and say, "Oh, look, they can do the same thing." Like, bro, get your nonsense out of here, bro. They be having that fake stuff. Nah, for real, but they always having that fake stuff, bro. Like, stop the fakeness, bro. You can't do God's miracles. Freaking God will freaking have a rainbow, and they'll try to put something else in the freaking sky that aligns with it. They're like, oh look, we have our fake rainbow over here. Like, bro, stop that nonsense, bro. We ain't putting no rainbow in the sky. All right. Well, all right. Last question. Do you think it's unfair to those who don't want to pay? They have to pay for someone else. Who don't want to pay what? Are you talking about their? What are you talking about? Like when you say it's unfair to those who don't want to pay? Like what are they paying to or paying for? Because if you're talking about Snap, I mean, they're not necessarily paying for something, or I don't know if you're saying if it's unfair for those who don't want to pay. I mean, I guess if you're talking about if they don't want to pay as far as they don't want to use their EBT to pay for food, well, I mean, you just have to get off of it. That's the most logical answer. I know most people don't want to hear that, but yeah, you just have to get off of it. It's as simple as that. But yeah. But yeah, all right, guys. We're actually gonna go ahead and end live right here. Oh wait, guys, actually, I have one more topic to talk about. It says DDG starts opening up about marriage and admits he's been watching marriage videos recently, possibly hinting at taking his relationship with India Love very seriously. Now, guys, this is actually what I've realized is that once you're done with that whole fun phase, bro, when you get into your like mid-20s, early 30s, you're really looking for marriage within that time. Marriage is what you want. Marriage is what you want because marriage is forever. However, you need to choose the right partner. Let me make that clear. You need to choose the right partner. Stars for Sky, what's good? But yeah, guys, we're gonna go in and end. God bless everyone. Love y'all. Stay blessed. Stay safe. We'll see y'all on. Actually, guys, I have something coming for Friday, so we will see y'all on Saturday, man. Peace. All right, bye.